Okay, we're at Hearts of the Father, and this is one of the filters we're putting in. This is their dining room area here. Putting it in the corner, and then we're going to put one just outside. The corner down here, which we're preparing and getting ready. Okay.
Now, what we usually do is we want to raise the filter off the ground because of our experience with people kicking this nipple and breaking it off, unknowing to themselves. So we usually get a board that is maybe 1 inch thick and we set it up on it. That's why we're using this board. Okay. Balance it here, and then we get water. Fill this thing about midway with water. The same kind of water you're going to be filtering. That's what you want to install it. Go in our second bucket. See if you get a height to one. Oh yes, pretty much. About half the container. And then we put this here because by the time the water level reaches this point, it's going to start flowing out of the delivery tube. So we put in our supported stones first. These are the rough stones or the rough gravel. It's just there to support the sand. So we call them the supported. They go in first. All of them, and then we'll try to level them by putting a hand in.
So you're leveling those.
Yes. Level them.
That's the bottom thicker or bigger stone.
Yes. And these are again called the supportive. All these stones are doing, they're not doing any filtration, but they need to be there to support the sand, keep it at a certain level. Now we have the separating stones. These ones separate the rough gravel from the sand. Because if you cannot, you won't be able to.
Here's the next layer of stones, so slightly smaller.
Yeah, these ones. Just separating the sand from the rough stones. So, put them on. And then you spread them again. Make sure they're evenly spread. Okay, so now we go to the sand. This is stone out here, so I just want to use it. Make it bigger. You have to be very skillful because you don't want to put in more sand than you need. So as you pour, you gotta keep taking measurement of the level.
So you only want about 3 more inches.
Yeah, about 3 more. So I'm gonna have to check it. Every time you pour, you level it and then you take your measurement. still need about an inch or so. Just about the level we want. So we level it, and then we take our measurement again to see if we'll have a 2-inch deep water on the surface of the sand, because that is the level that must always be maintained. Anything added to that will be what will flow out of the delivery tube. This water will maintain this brown color for up to 5-6 days, depending on how many times they pour it back in it. The more you pour water in it, the quicker the sand gets washed out, and then the filter begins to work. Because right now, for the next 2-3 days, the sand is being washed out, and then that's why you see the water this color. So the moment you see the water turns clear, then it means that your filter, the sand has been washed out, and your filter is now beginning to work. So from that point on, it's safe to drink the water that comes out of it.
Okay.
So now we want to check our flow rate, and the way we do that is by trying to catch water flowing out of the filter with this bottle. If we are able to fill this bottle in 40 seconds,
okay,
plus or minus maybe 5 or so, then our installation is correct. Flow rate is good. Okay, so let's try.
Go. "40 seconds.
Okay. I go.
So the dirt in the water is actually coming from the sand at this point.
Yes. Yeah. So
And you'll keep putting this water through the filter for about 5 days until it's clear.
at most a week.
And the sand that's in this water will settle on top of the sand that's in the filter.
This is called the diffuser plate, and the reason it's necessary here is because the surface of the sand is where the biological layer is being formed, which is your filtration mechanism. Now, if you were to put water in this filter directly without having to diffuse it, the force with which you're pouring it in is going to destroy it. It might probably dig a hole in the sand, on the surface of the sand, and that will destroy your filter. So you put the water in here, and then this plate equally distributes the water at a low pressure. It goes down on the sand, and that does no damage to the surface of the sand because it's going down at a lower pressure, and that's the purpose of this. So from this point on, you don't put water in here without this being in. Yeah. So all I would advise you to do now is not to bring in it fresh water. Use the same water. Keep pouring it back. Now it's a little brown, brownish color. The moment you see it becomes clear, then it means that the dirt from the water has settled on the surface of the sand, forming your filtration mechanism. So now the water can be, taken. It can be used for drinking.
Okay, here's some of the kids. All right, so the father, you've got their filter, one of the filters put in. Yay! There they are. Amazing. Smile.